Many students claim that certain expensive brands of water, such as Fiji water, have a noticeably superior taste that justifies the price tag. The Wonderful Company, the maker of Fiji water, claims that it has a unique mineral profile which contributes to Fiji water's signature soft, smooth taste. But ultimately, Fiji water is just water. If students are given 3 samples of water, will they be able to identify Fiji water based solely off taste? We'll tackle that today on Debunking with Data. On to you, Caitlyn.
The experiment utilized a matched pairs design. Each subject tested 3 water samples: tap water, Fiji water, and purified water. The Fiji water was the sample the students were trying to identify, while the tap water and purified water samples functioned as controls due to student familiarity with the taste. The order in which students tasted the samples was randomized by drawing slips of paper that dictated the order. After tasting all 3 samples, the subject was asked to identify which sample they felt was the Fiji water. Their response was then recorded.
And here's a clip.
What's that one?
Look at
Do
it.
I look at it?
Yeah, you look.
3?
3? Okay.
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 1.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
And then go ahead with 2.
Okay.
What do you think?
Which one is Fiji?
I think that, I honestly think 1 is Fiji.
Thank you for your opinion. The following data was collected from the 36 Rollsville High School students that participated voluntarily in the experiment. So, 12 students incorrectly identified tap water as Fiji water. 15 students correctly identified the Fiji water sample as Fiji water. And 9 students incorrectly identified the purified water as the Fiji water. So the breakdown in proportions then is tap water was 33.33% of responses. Fiji water was 41.67% of responses. And purified water was 25% of responses.
A one-sample z-test for proportions with a significance level of alpha equals 0.05 was used to determine the significance of the results of the experiment. All conditions were essentially met, so the test was run. This proportion was hypothesized because it represents the probability of a student identifying the Fiji water correctly if she or he could discern no difference in taste between the 3 samples.
Since the p-value of 0.1446 was greater than 0.05, which was the significance level, the null hypothesis fails to be rejected. There is not sufficient evidence that Rollsville High School students can identify the sample of Fiji water among 2 control samples with an accuracy that was not likely due to chance.
A 95% confidence interval was also calculated. All conditions were essentially met, so that no interval was determined. It can be said with 95% confidence that the interval from 0.255 to 0.578 captures the true proportion of all students at Rollsville High School who can identify the sample of Fiji water in a single blind experiment in which they also tasted 2 control samples.
So, if students are given 3 samples of water, will they be able to identify Fiji water brand based solely off of taste? Well, the evidence from this experiment indicates that students are not able to identify Fiji water with an accuracy that is not likely due to chance. It can be concluded that a large portion of Rollsville High School students do not taste a significant difference in Fiji brand water in comparison to 2 types of control water, indicating that students may wish to reevaluate their preferred type of water in order to save money.
There are many further avenues for research regarding the identification of pricey bottles of water by taste alone. The experiment described in this study only tested a student's ability to correctly identify Fiji water amongst the control samples. There are similarly priced brands, such as Voss, Smartwater, or Evian, that may be tested by the method. The population of interest could also be expanded to mirror the market for expensive water brands, including adults and those with a disposable income higher than the average student. Testing the effect of changing variables such as water temperature, amount tasted, or type of container used, i.e., not a Dixie cup, could also be done.